Omoshfire, what are your thoughts about these taxes that are being assessed on Kenyans?
Okay. Let's just say that as a nation, anywhere where we are losing taxes, or where potentially basically the way it's supposed to work is that where there's income being generated, there's supposed to be tax paid.
Yes.
And if we go back to those days, or when they say, what is it, that thing about Caesar, pay Caesar his dues, or whatever. There's like a saying over there. But the whole point of it is that you're supposed to pay taxes. I am all for it. The issue now is, how are these taxes either being enforced, put in play, and then once they have derived the monies, where are these monies being directed to? Because they've already pangad for these monies already.
Yeah.
From what we are seeing in the papers now, whether it's all a bunch of smoke and mirrors, we don't know. But this money they've already said, okay, this financial, in fact, we barely made it out of financial bill of 2022, and 2023 ndio hii imekuja, and it came with
fire and fury.
It's like somebody just took a gun and decided to start scattering, and they said, okay, wherever the bullets land, those are the people who get killed. That's basically my analogy on this whole thing. Now, if they say that they want to do these taxes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, my question for one, like let's say something like digital content. How do you tax the digital content? Because the person who's paying the digital content creator is not in the country. So are they then supposed to say that they, as the payer, hypothetically, say even YouTube, right?
Yes.
Are they supposed to say, is YouTube supposed to say, okay, because you live in Kenya, we will pay you minus X, and then we'll take this money and send it to KRA or to Exchequer or whatever it is who's supposed to collect? Or how does that work? Now,
that's an interesting question. And while I was doing my research, I came across this very beautiful interview on NTV where Julian Sambok of Business Redefined had a panel of tax experts. So there was no politics being discussed, no names being mentioned. It was just the content of the bill, and it was very beautiful. Because I was wondering the same thing. And how they explained is there's something called a withholding tax.
Okay.
Of course, when you're offering digital content, there's someone from outside of Kenya who's paying you, whether it's Google, whether it's Microsoft, or whatever platform you're using, whether it's Facebook, there's someone who's paying you.
Understood.
Now, with what they want to do right now, they want to introduce something that's called a withholding tax. A withholding tax is kind of like what's held on your paycheck. Like when you get paid here, there's a certain tax that your employer that directly remits to the federal government,
whatever jurisdiction,
yes. State,
based upon whatever predetermined amounts. Yes.
So it's kind of a similar thing. If this law is passed, all these entities that are paying Kenya digital content creators, at the point of which they're paying, so this withholding tax is actually 15%, which is very high.
That's very high.
Yeah. It's very high. So what happens is that if your payment is 10,000 shillings, they will take 15% of that, 1,500 shillings, and that will go directly to the government. Now, from my understanding, the digital content creator will not necessarily pay the full 1,500 shillings. And here I stand corrected. I'm not 100% sure. But upon filing taxes, so this is a way of, like getting those people who are digital content creators to file because you don't know who they are.
So you actually know what they made, and then you can then tax them accordingly.
You can tax them accordingly because at the moment, if you're a digital content creator in Wargadud and Google is paying you, the government doesn't know that because Google is paying you direct. But now the act of Google remitting 15% of your earnings to the government, so the government knows there's a guy in Wargadud or Nyakemincha who's creating content, and this is how much he earned through this content. It's a way of roping people in. And